Young Justice issue 4, which continues. There's another flashback. We get some Amethyst flashbacks, which actually link up to the start of the, not the start of the story, but the start of where we saw Amethyst for the first time in issue 1. That's actually how the issue ends. Kind of that leads into that moment where she encounters Tim. But this one's because a lot of the last few issues have been kind of mostly a flashback and mostly focused on that character, maybe just a little snippet at the start or the end of others. This one's a bit different than that, and only the first half is the flashback, and then it kind of like, no, we're going to start bringing the threads together, because the flashback is that Amethyst is basically, I don't want to say hated, but all the officials in Gem World kind of hate her, because she's constantly questioning the status quo and what their orders are and like how the system works, and they don't like her very much. She wants to go against Opal, but some of them are like secretly in cahoots with Opal, some of them are not, some of them are this or that. And there's a really sad scene when she hears them kind of like talking about kicking her out the just Gem World and sending her back to Earth. And then it's oh god, I forgot the character's name. The Turquoise, thank you. Turquoise is basically the one person who's like, no, we'll not kick her out because she, and she says something nice about her, and it's like it gives it this happier side to it at the end where she kind of smiles. Art's very good here, by the way, which I didn't mention. Patrick Gleason and John Timms on the art, with Bendis writing, obviously. But after that scene, we cut back to Superboy with Bart, and Superboy's wife and child that we apparently have now, and they're trying to get these guards to go away that were harassing them last time, and Superboy punches his armor off. Like literally, there's a full page spread of him punching him, and all of his armor just shattering around his like body with just underwear and socks on. It's kind of delightful. Yeah, but what was really funny though is that before he does that, Bart's like speeding around, because at one point Superboy says, "Oh, you've stepped on our property," and the guy's like, "Oh, all of this is the Dark Lord Opal's property," and then Bart just starts going, "Is that tree Opal's property?" And then he speeds over somewhere else. "Is that part of land over there Opal's property? Is that part over there somewhere over Opal's property?" And he just keeps asking over and over again, and Connor's just like, "I missed you, Bart." It's just really funny.
Yeah.
It was just delightful. So Bart mentions that he was, because obviously Bart landed separately from the rest of the team, but he mentions that he was with kind of this new version of Young Justice before. Oh, by the way, his baby's called Martha. Just I want to put that out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Honestly, I think they missed the beat with it when they said, when they mentioned the baby was called Martha, for Bart to say, "Oh, why did you call her Martha?" just as a way to further hammer home the joke. It's great. But yeah, so Bart's like, okay, so these are people who presumably also got transported here, the rest of the Young Justice. And then we cut back to them, and there's more bickering between their cells and talking about what's going on. And Jenny Hex is worried because she's got this mystical trunk on her truck that she inherited from Jonah Hex. And she's worried that if they open it, something bad will happen, which they do, and lots of creepy things come flying out, and it's more like energy, but there's kind of like a claw-esque kind of feeling to it. But they hear this rumbling, the feet come in, and then there's just like a big panel of like Connor lifting up the cell wall, and it's basically like both Tim and Cassie going, "Connor," and then the next page is a delightful page of Connor, Tim, Bart, and Cassie all hugging together. The OG Young Justice group. And then the panel underneath that is the 3 new members kind of just looking kind of happy, which is Amethyst, Jenny, and Teen Lantern. Do you wish you loved this book, Connor? Do you wish you could read it?
I intentionally didn't listen to a lot of that, and then I heard Teen Lantern and I went, ugh, yeah, this is why I hate it.
Did you hear me talk about the hug?
I did. I've already seen the page on Twitter earlier in the week, because of course it couldn't not be ruined.
You're not going to be there anyway. What are you complaining about?
Well, just principle. That I didn't even have to go looking to just see that pop up on my Twitter. It was annoying.
So together, the team's together, and it's like, okay, so why did these people attack us? and Amethyst is like, because we're a threat, and then we get the flashback to like, just as the weird stuff happening where the world started changing, it was all earthquakey, which is right before Amethyst ran into Tim, and we get the same dialogue from the end of that issue, and there you go. That's the end of the issue. This was delightful. If you've been enjoying Young Justice, this was kind of the issue that brought the first four together, because 2 and 3 were very kind of standalone-ish on their own. This felt like everyone came together, and it was kind of, because I wasn't expecting it this issue. I really wasn't. I thought it was going to be Amethyst focused and just be the whole issue, and that was fine. Like, I needed to learn more about her. Like, I never knew she was originally from Earth. Like, that was news to me. So I'm like, okay, I'm learning things about Amethyst. I like that. And then no, it gave me all this great stuff at the end where they're back together. The art's fantastic. Gleason kills it. Tim's is also very good. Like, it's very expressive. It's got that fun youthfulness to it. So it's one of the things that I always talk about Super Sons, actually, is when they have the more youthful art, but the way the way it's more expressive, like the way kids overreact to things. Not that they're overreacting here, but it has just kind of that energy to it. And I really like that. Plus having the characters all be delighted to see each other again. They all remember each other. There's still questions to answer, but we're getting there, and this is cool stuff. So I assume next issue it'll be them on the run from Opal's forces / maybe racing towards Opal to try and deal with it. And of course I imagine that Amethyst will end up coming back with the team to Earth because she'll either be not welcome or because other reasons, I would expect. And it was interesting hearing kind of some of the politics of Gem World and how these things. I mean, don't get me wrong. I couldn't name you all the houses or anything like that because there's too many of them. Right now, it's just Opal bad. Everyone else might be bad or good, but Opal's got a stranglehold. But no. It's very good. But I mean, I've been digging this series a lot. This was the one. I mean, this was easily the book I was looking forward to most. I would give this issue a solid 8.5. It was very good. I have to imagine Matt loved it. I have to imagine.
I mean, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yes. So, no, it was a heartwarming reunion, and I think if you're a fan of these characters, you were probably delighted with some of the scenes in here. And as per usual, if you like Bendis speak, the banter is very good.